The console wars are turning into the subscription wars. Microsoft has sent a letter to regulators about the ongoing acquisition of Activision Blizzard, claiming that Sony is paying developers to stay away from Game Pass.
And we've got some info on new games coming to both PlayStation Plus and Game Pass. We're going to talk about all this stuff and so much more right now on Gaming News Weekly. Weekly is back. We are the best weekly video game news show out there, and every single week we're coming to you with all the biggest things happening in the video game industry. Every Monday you can find us on Fruit Lab, YouTube, podcast services around the world, and we're here right now talking games. How you doing today? Full clip.
Doing all right, man. Yeah, I'm loosey-goosey. I'm relaxed because you know what I was playing this week.
What were you playing? Tell the peoples.
Lawn Mowing Simulator.
Oh, yes.
So satisfying.
I watched your video of it today. Have you been playing more of it since then?
Yep. So, it takes so long to mow 1 yard. You really have to manage your time around this game. So, if you got an hour, you know you're going to do maybe 1 or 2 big yards, or lawns, I guess. But it's a lot of fun in that aspect that, you kind of just zone out for a while, watch a podcast or something like that. It's a really good game that doesn't require a hell of a lot of your attention until the end of the yard. Gotcha.
Okay. But it's fun. You're having fun. It's not like you're actually working a second job.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like work so much. It's it's satisfying that way. And if you could mow your yard, but you didn't have to do the actual labor part of it, it would be kind of fun and satisfying.
Nice. Yeah, we've been talking. We talked about these simulator games a little bit last week, and we're going to talk about more of them this week. But it's funny how they're just pumping them out now. Everything's going to have a video game simulator version of pretty soon. But anything where you could just do something simple, have a rewarded feeling, and then go and upgrade your stuff. That's a tried and true method of doing a game. Gameplay that it feels rewarding, upgrade your shit. That's Absolutely. All anybody wants to do,
The only thing we're waiting for is for that to be in a VR headset and connected to a robot that actually does that work somewhere.
Yes, exactly. And you'll never have to get up, ever. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't... Let me see if I played any more simulator games. I didn't. None at all this week. I had big dreams of starting Cooking Simulator that came to the Game Pass, but I have not done that yet. I got sidetracked with a few games. I started Endling Extinction is Forever. You play as a mother fox, and you have to protect your 3 baby foxes. Jamie Foxx is also there. He makes an appearance.
Vivica Fox. It's not somebody like that.
Vivica Fox, yep. And Foxy Brown, the rapper. But no, it's I started playing it. I thought it would be a fun game to play with my 4-year-old son, and immediately one of the baby foxes gets stolen, and then you have to constantly feed these baby foxes or else they die. And I'm just all right, maybe we'll play this another time. So yeah, we played that a little bit. I might, we might move on to a different game. But also, you played a bunch of multiverses. You've been playing more of that still?
Sparingly over this past week. Yeah. I wasn't sure with the season pass ending or some sort of delay that happened. We talked about last time.
Yeah, you still got time. You still got time to do that battle pass because, speculation is next week, but still nothing announced. So we'll see when that season 1 officially starts. Gotcha. But yeah, I've been really enjoying that. Really hyped for Morty and Rick to be coming. That'll be fun. And then today I started playing one of our new releases, Rumbleverse. I played a few matches of that. And I'll give you my impressions more on when we get to that. But yeah, what should we get into the new releases?
Yeah, we better. We're already.
I do this. I do this when we gotta move it along.
Absolutely.
Like robot choppy hands. For all the people just listening in the podcast world, you're missing something real cool. It's just me doing these robot choppy hands. All right, let's talk about them. Our new releases from last week. First up, 2 Point Campus came out for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox S and X, and also the Nintendo Switch. This is a sequel to 2018's 2 Point Hospital, which is another simulator game. So basically what this is, it's like one of those, it's like a Sims style game, a little bit less simmy and more just chill.
Yeah.
Like it's got a different look.
Yeah, I would say more Tycoon. Like the old Roller Coaster Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this might have been. Oh no, the team that made this they did the theme park games. I think way back
would make
when
a
on
lot
PC.
of sense.
But yeah, so this one you're building a college, and you're hiring professors and you're setting up courses and all this stuff, and yeah, you got to get people to go to your college and the whole simulator thing. The reviews that I read, this one's a lot more like chill. There's not that like so in 2 Point Hospital, it's like you're trying to like save lives and stop diseases and all this stuff. And this one is just like, you can organize rooms and like, really get into that part of it and just have more fun. It's not as, do or die, literally. Yeah. So that sounded like, initially I was like, I don't think I'll ever check this out because I've never really been into the Sims style games. But this one, maybe where I'm at and, I'm playing more of these simulator games that, I might want to create a world. I've never done it. I mean, I did it like way back on PC, like playing like Sim City or whatever. But I've never played Sims. Have you ever have you get into Sims at all?
Yeah, I played like Sims probably 1 through 4 over the years. It's a lot of fun, and this does look a little bit like the Sims, like Sims mixed with the Tycoon game. You've got that like 3/4 view from the top, and yeah, I saw like a tips video for people getting started in this game, and it was things like don't try to build your college too fast. You'll run out of room, you'll run out of money, so you've got all these management parts like what's the tuition coming in from the students? How many students can you get? Can you afford to add a new program of study to the college?
Yeah, that's really cool. And I saw that there was like so interesting, like there's like a night school or whatever, but it's not like NIGHT. It's like KNIGHT, and it's like they go to school to be like medieval knights or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And it's like cutesy and clever and pretty funny. So right now it's got an 84 on Metacritic. So that's great considering what the type of game is. But yeah, it's free on Game Pass, so I will absolutely check it out. I don't know when, I'm busy. Speaking of simulator games, though, and running a world, let's talk about Arcade Paradise. This came out on August 11th for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One S, X, and Nintendo Switch. This is another simulator-style game, not as advanced, not as involved as the college one, but this one, you are running a laundromat, and in that laundromat, you find a couple of old like arcade cabinets, and then you're like, well, okay, I could, make this laundromat better by like buying more arcade cabinets. So the gameplay of this is you run a laundromat, you have to wash people's clothes and clean up the laundromat, and like, stuff is like pulling gum off of the walls and like that sort of thing, in order to have money to buy these new arcade cabinets. So the more washing of clothing you do, the more games that you could buy, and you could play these games. So there's 35 total cabinets that you could earn money for and buy them. And then you could play them, and in each one of the games, there's different like achievements to get and like perks to get. And, it sounds really cool. The cabinets they're not real games. They're all like made up games or knockoffs. Like some are very clearly, obviously like one like particular game, like Mr. Driller or whatever, but it's just a different name. But yeah, they go back from like the 80s, 90s, and I'm dude, I'm so in on this game. I'm like, I almost bought it, but I was like, there's so many games I'm doing right now. Let me just wait. I think it's only $20,
Okay, I
but
was gonna ask. Like, it doesn't seem like a full $60 AAA
no,
title or anything like that.
yeah. Even still, when I was like, I went to look at it in the PlayStation Store, and I was like, all right, well maybe it's like $40. I'll get it, and then I was very pleasantly surprised to see that it was only $20. But yeah, I'm hearing great things as far as the reviews. People are saying that the laundromat part where you actually like have to like wash clothes and stuff like a whole bunch before you could really get into the arcade part of the game is a little bit of a slog and not as fun. I mean, of course, it's not as fun. It's
Those
it's a laundromat.
those are people who've never worked for anything in their lives.
They've never washed their clothes before. It's exciting, but yeah, no, and that's part of it. Like you like the whole point of this story is that like you have to, earn this money to buy stuff. So it's like kind of like you said, you're reinforcing that. But yeah, I'm excited. I want to get in there and buy these arcades, and like so, it's pretty cool. So like the way it works is like you go online and you have like an old like Windows 95 like PC, and like as you get more and more options available, like more and more websites open up for you to shop from, and like it just seems really really cool. It looks beautiful. The all the arcades have like a kind of a CRT screen feel to them to like kind of really bring home the whole dynamic of it all. But yeah, I'm excited for this.
Looks like a lot of fun.
There's some games. There's one game they're saying it's like Pac-Man meets Grand Theft Auto, where it's like you're kind of like I don't know if he plays a car or whatever, but like these cop cars try to get you like the ghosts, and then you could eat these power pellets or I don't know what. But I'm like, yeah, it sounds cool.
Yeah, one of the ones I saw looked like a Street Fighter clone, but you're actually like standing in front of the arcade cabinet when you're doing this. It's not like full screen, so you get that experience as if you are at an arcade, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks very interesting. So, hopefully it's great, and hopefully, even if it goes on $20, it's not much, but the amount of games I'm playing, if it goes on sale, I'll be happy. All right, another game we've talked about a bunch of times before, Cult of the Lamb, finally came out for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, SX, and the Nintendo Switch. This also came out August 11th. This is a roguelike action-adventure game where you play as a lamb who needs to have a cult. You make a cult. Yeah, I guess, you need some... I guess the story is like some demon saved your life, so now you have to pay him back by creating this cult and getting more and more followers. So part of the game is venturing out into randomly generated worlds to fight enemies and then to find followers and grow your following. The other part of the game, it's like a base building game where you have to bring these followers back to your base and take care of them and have them like doing tasks and stuff like that and keep everything going smoothly.
Yeah, seeing that like they'll request things of you and you have to do that to keep them happy, or else they'll start revolting in you, or they said like losing faith, which seems pretty interesting. So there's probably like a scale there where it's going to start to tip one way or the other if you don't keep people happy. But yeah, it seems like an interesting game, like chock full of style. Reminds me of that Binding of Isaac.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it has a very similar kind of style to it, demonic and stuff like that. But even graphically, visually, the way it's like presented, very much so. And the fact that it's a roguelike, where every time you're going out there, you're getting new. Like, and so, like if you go out there and you find a follower, they might have a different ability to help you out, or you might get different weapons. So everything's randomly generated, and it looks just like, it looks great. So I haven't checked out any the reviews that came out. It's in an 82 on Metacritic, so I don't know how it plays or whatever, but 82, it's good enough for me. It's got a lot of style, and it's the style of it that I'm really drawn to. So.
Yeah.
All right, and last up, Rumbleverse also came out August 11th. Man, it was a big day. Came out for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox S, and X. This is a free-to-play battle royale game. 40 people playing at once, and it's no guns. It's all wrestling themed. So there's suplexes, and you could pick up chairs and like street signs, and you could smash people with them. You find these crates, and you find in them there's magazines where you could learn different, like you could learn an uppercut or a suplex. So that's kind of how that works. I played it a little bit today. Did you get a chance to play it at all?
No, I didn't know it came out today until like real recently.
Yeah, I was excited for it. But I got a chance to play it a little. I think I played 3 matches. There's no tutorial, so immediately you're just thrown in, and I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. But I had fun. Like, by the 3rd match, I figured it out. So, yeah, you got to get, like, these perks, and you got to just, like, you know, get your special. As soon as you get your special, you're just knocking people out left and right. But, yeah, it is definitely a lot of fun. There's, like, I mean, yeah, you smash people with a chair. You suplex them, like, 50 feet into the air. It's great, dude. It's my new favorite.
So that's a free-to-play title, right? Mm-hmm. And it's out on, like, everything but the Switch, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, so it's definitely out there. Right now you can play solo, duo, or a playground mode where you could just go out there and just run around the world and, you know, just mess around. And it officially starts, like, the Battle Pass starts next week. It starts on the 18th, and that's when Season 1 will officially kick off. But it's, you know, it's cross-play, I don't know if it's cross-progression, but yeah, you know, you can play with your friends on different things. But yeah, I'm excited to try to get better at this game.
Nice.
So the 3rd game I finished 17 out of 40. I took that as a win in my book. I knocked out like 3 people. Yeah, and I'm you know, starting to figure it out. Just like finding like food and using it. Like I got to figure out like the storage system. Like, because there was a point where I was like very low on health, and like there was food all over the ground, but I couldn't, like, I'm running from somebody, so I couldn't like pick it up and then eat it at the same time. So then I was like, shit, I should have been able to like put this in my pocket, because you have like 4 pockets. I don't know. So it's a whole thing that I'm figuring out, but it's a lot of fun. Gold play.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to get more of your time over the next week? Rumbleverse or Multiverses?
I don't know. It depends on... So, Multiverses I feel like I'm good at. And I play that and I enjoy it. I have a sense of pride about, you know, playing that. And right now, though, like I finished the Battle Pass. So, I have, like, you know, the daily... Like, I was going in and I was doing all the daily activities in Multiverses to get those Battle Pass points. Now, those daily activities, they're not giving me gold. So, I don't need to do them. So I didn't feel as much of a need to go in there.
Makes sense. Yeah, so you earned a break there.
Yeah, it depends on when the new Battle Pass comes out. Like, I'll definitely jump in there as soon as that happens. But also this Rumbleverse game, I want to see what that Battle Pass looks like. And also see if I can feel a sense of accomplishment, if I could feel like I could do okay in that game. Because there's some games, some of those Battle Royale specifically, like I tried that vampire one that came out.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt like I was terrible at it. Like, this game, I already feel so much more confident. It's a little bit more, I mean, it's easier to pick up and play. There's not as many, like, you know, dynamics of it all. So, you know, it's cartoony. It's got, like, that Fortnite style. It's,
yeah.
But, yeah, I already, I think I'm going to love it. You know, I'm a big fan of wrestling. And, yeah, if they, you know, if they can introduce like some like man, I don't know, maybe like a Macho Man skin or something, dude, I will be all
that'd
in.
Be cool. Like, you know, just go back through history and have like a Andre the Giant, the Sting face paint stuff.
All
that'd
that
be cool.
Stuff. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of it, you know, probably WWE probably wouldn't want to like give that out there, but they've had like
close enough though. We'll be okay.
Yeah, Fall Guys recently had like, I think like Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man or something in it. So I mean, if they could do it, and also like Rumbleverse, it's an epic game. So I mean, look at Fortnite, right? They're this. You know, they're putting so much money in there. Every time you look at it, there's like a new skin of a new character or whatever.
Yeah.
I think like is Fast and the Furious, is Vin Diesel in it?
Oh God, I don't
He
think
should
so.
be.
But
If
yeah, he
not, he
should
should
be.
be.
I want to be like Paul Walker's car from the first movie.
Is there any Vin Diesel in it at all? There's got to be at least a little bit of Vin
Maybe
Diesel.
like a Riddick or something.
Yeah, Riddick, or
Not
even
sure.
just like Groot from
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
That might be him. So yeah, that's our new releases. Some big games, all games I'm excited to check out. So very cool week for video games, which is good because it was a lighter week for news. But let's talk about it. You ready?
Ready.
Let's do some news of the week. First up, let's talk about the newest games announced that are coming to the new PlayStation Plus Premium and Extra packages. This was just announced. So this month, Bugsnax, Dead by Daylight, Everspace, Ghost Recon Wildlands, Metro Exodus, Monopoly Madness, Monopoly Plus, Trials of Mana, Uno, Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami, and Yakuza Kiwami 2 are all coming to PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. What do you think of this list?
Looks pretty interesting. I've not played a lot of them, like Dead by Daylight, Monopoly Plus, maybe the only things on that list I've played. But Ghost Recon is something that I've always been interested in checking out, as well as Metro Exodus. Is that part of a larger like Metro series?
Yeah, so there was Metro 30 or something like that. I don't know. Metro Exodus, I think, is... I don't know. I played them, and I don't know if Metro Exodus is the full package or if it is just one of the games. I'm not certain. Don't quote me on this. It's not like we're the news or anything. But, yeah, I never finished them, but very good stories.
Yeah, it looks interesting. And then, I mean, I can always get down on some Monopoly, though. I mean, if Monopoly Plus is the one I've played, I'd probably try to check out Monopoly Madness first because they do playable Monopoly games, but they're never quite like what they should be, I guess, in my own experience. And then Uno can be pretty cool too, just for like some competitive couch play.
Yeah. I always forget that. Like, I mean, we have a lot of board games in this house, and we're also very lazy. So, it's nice to be able to just grab a controller and just be able to play like a Monopoly or Uno real fast.
Yeah.
Not have to set anything up or get off the couch even. So, yeah, very cool, and definitely Bugsnax, sleeper hit of the month. Go check out Bugsnax. It's a great game. I highly recommend it. So, yeah, definitely some good quality games coming to the system. No day one games, like we see a lot with Game Pass. But some good games coming. This comes August 16th, and you'll be able to play all those games if you're subscribed to the extra or premium packages of PlayStation Plus. All right, so let's talk about Game Pass day one games. So we got a couple more announced. So just recently, we got announced Train Sim World 3 coming to Game Pass on day one. So that'll be September 6th. We'll get Train Sim World 3. This is a train simulator game. We're going to change this name to Simulator News Weekly.
Yes.
Are you excited? I know you like train games. Weren't we just talking? You were doing Minecraft. Train Minecraft.
Yeah, trains in Minecraft, pretty cool. I'll probably stick with that for a little while. This does look like a really good, polished game from what I've seen so far, but it's not really my cup of tea when it comes to the simulator games.
Gosh, you don't want to be a train conductor?
Maybe, but
all right.
But yeah, it's not like you said. There's so many games right now.
Yeah.
To dip my toes into like 7 more in the next week seems daunting.
So this game, it'll feature 3 new routes to simulate train transportation, a new dynamic weather system, and more detailed features like passengers changing clothes based on the current weather and season. Just what I didn't know I wanted until this game was announced. And according to the developers, all routes currently playable in Train Sim World 2 will be playable in this new game. Now, do you think I'll be able to follow the story if I haven't played Train Sim World 1 or 2?
I hope.
Yeah. And another one, Soccer Story. This was announced that it will be coming sometime in 2022. So this one, who knows? Next time, what do they got? 4 more months left. So in the next 4 months, Soccer Story is a new adventure role-playing game, and it's like a sprite-based game, and you kick a ball around. So
Yeah.
soccer is, for our UK listeners, football. You would know it better as. But this one, it's a magic soccer ball that chooses the player as the savior of soccer, and the gameplay is like literally you're just kicking a ball around this world to try to like solve things. I don't know. What was your take on it?
It seems interesting. Very first thing I saw, it reminded me so much of the old Pokemon games, like from Game Boy. In that top-down view, it looks like you're walking into Pallet Town, but you step out and it's a little more fleshed out than that. But then it had elements that reminded me of like Mario Tennis when it comes to kicking the ball, doing like target practice with that. Yeah. Seems like it could be very interesting. It's definitely not. It does not look like your FIFA or something like that.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, it's like I don't know. Yeah, like it's like you described it. It's like one of those top down. One of those games where it's like Sleepy Time Cottage or something like that. One of those games too.
Kind of like a Stardew Valley, yeah.
Yes, that's what I was getting at. You know me. But yeah, so I don't know what the game is going to be about or the gameplay, but if you're a fan of soccer, if you're a fan of tiny little action role-playing games, Game Pass is coming sometime this year. All right, now we've talked about games announced coming soon. Let's talk about games coming less soon. We've got more delays. First up, we found out that Arc Raiders, the new Embark Studios, is going to be their first game. We saw it at was it last year's Game Awards? I think we first saw it, and we were very excited. It looks beautiful, looks amazing. Delayed to 2023, sometime in 2023. So they came out with this announcement. Arc Raiders is an ambitious game, and we will be using this extra time to expand the experience and allow it to reach its fullest potential. We will be diving into more details as soon as we start to test the game more extensively with players. The excitement around Arc Raiders since its reveal has been so encouraging for us, and we truly appreciate your support. So that's basically initially what they told us. Now, we soon found out, not entirely true. They were working on another game. Embark Studios, they're hard workers, making things happen. Now they were working on a game called Project Discovery. This is a first-person shooter that they didn't expect them. Their timetables got a little wacky, and now they're both pretty much at the same level of doneness. So they're like, all right, we're gonna do Project Discovery first, tweak Arc Raiders. So this is then what they said after that. So they said, so much so that we started facing the prospect of being able to release 2 games simultaneously. For a young, relatively small studio like ours, releasing 2 games in short succession would have strained our team and resources, many of which are shared between the 2 projects. As such, we decided to let Project Discovery be our studio's first game to market, pushing Arc Raiders to a 2023 release. It's a decision that will also allow us to expand and refine the Arc Raiders experience. Arc Raiders will now include an extra PvP mode, and so we'll have more information on both of these games coming very soon. So, I'm excited to see more of what this Project Discovery is, because Arc Raiders looks dope. So, hoping this looks sweet too.
Yeah. Do you know anything about Project Discovery? I mean, I couldn't find much on it. I found a lot of unrelated stuff. Wasn't even sure if that was the final working title or just.
I think that's a code name. Yep. I don't even think we know a name for that. So to me, it's strange that we've got a trailer for Arc Raiders and the name for Arc Raiders, all this stuff, but they want to push out this Project Discovery, which doesn't even have a name yet or a trailer. So I'm thinking that. That it maybe needs a little more the first tweet, that it does need a little bit more work And in the meantime, check out this other game, you know?
Yeah.
So it just seems silly that they're like, well, you know, we oopsies, we got 2 games now.
Yeah, I mean, considering that they haven't released a game yet, whichever one comes out first, it's looking like Project Discovery will. It's gonna be the one that like sets the bar.
Absolutely.
So hopefully the better game comes out first, whichever that happens to be.
Great point. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah, if it comes out and it's a bust, it's really gonna be tough for our creators to bounce back from that. But I mean, it looks so cool. It looks so ambitious that I really hope that I hope they're both awesome. So
Oh yeah.
we need new cool IP from new cool developers. And another delay. Well, for the second time, Marvel's Midnight Suns has been delayed again. I said, we have made the decision to move back the launch timing of Marvel's Midnight Suns to ensure the team at Firaxis Games and 2K deliver the best possible experience for our fans. The title will launch later this fiscal year on Windows PC, Xbox Series XS, and PlayStation 5. The Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch versions will follow at a later date. So, doesn't really, I mean, it narrows it down. So this fiscal year, the fiscal year ends March 31st. So sometime before then, we'll get this game. You know, it was initially set to be released October 7th, and then I think it got pushed back later in October. I don't think it was much the second delay, but now, you know, who knows? So
Yeah. Is this one you're looking forward to? As
it is,
Marvel
man.
fan?
So like, and so they've been putting out like these videos pretty much weekly of how the characters in the game play, how they like. So it's a deck based team strategy game. So it's like not only do you have like these, you know, you have to move your characters in the right spots, but then also you have to have like cards to do these things. So it's really cool. I've never played anything like, I mean, I've played deck building games, but I've never really got into the like you know, the games where you have to like put your people on strategically move them around.
Oh yeah.
Like a tactics game. And but the more I was watching, so like they just released how Wolverine plays and like stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, it's got me excited. It got me really excited. So yes, I was bummed to hear that this was delayed again, but you know, we always say it every week: make a good game, especially you know,
Yeah.
yeah, just make it right. And along those lines, they did follow up with a tweet saying, "We know fans are looking forward to playing Marvel's Midnight Suns, and we will use this extra time to make sure we are delivering the best possible experience for everyone. Marvel's Midnight Suns is easily the biggest game we've ever made, and we're incredibly appreciative of all the support players have shared with us throughout the year." So, yeah, again, just make it good. Don't mess it up. There's so many games out there. I would love to play like just a slam dunk of this game. You know, like it looks really cool.
Oh yeah. Better delayed than broken. Just as long as we don't get delayed and still broken.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely. All right, next up, Kirby 30th Anniversary Music Fest just took place. Did you know about this? Were you in the loop?
I had it on my calendar. I set my alarm 5 times on my phone.
Yeah, I knew it. So
I missed it.
It was, and you missed it after all that. So after seeing this article, I was like, what is this? So I guess it's like it aired on YouTube, and it was just like a full like orchestra playing music from Kirby. And at this event, they showed some insight into the new Kirby's Dream Buffet. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, and so they showed a trailer and then a overview of the 3 different game modes and a few of the dedicated maps that were included on this. And at the end of the trailer, we got a release date. Way sooner than I expected, considering this was just like announced. But August 17th, it's happening. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why everybody else is delaying shit. Kirby's just like, yo, also check out this game.
Yeah, I was kind of glad to see some of the more detailed games on there. Uh, you said you played the most recent Kirby like 3D game for the Switch.
Yes.
Yeah, that race mode definitely looks like it has the DNA of certain parts of that Kirby game because there are
Mhm.
like racetrack kind of challenges on there, and this looks like an expanded version of that. The
Yeah.
multiplayer looks great. This looks like something reminiscent of like Mario Party from back in the day.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, like, price. Like they didn't. So I guess on the Japanese trailer, it showed a price tag of 1,500 yen, and then the English trailer doesn't say if players will need to pay for the game or not. So there's some speculation that it would be free
Yeah,
with the subscription.
yeah, because I looked that up and 1,500 yen was only like $11 and something US.
Yeah. So yeah. So it might be a fun, like, little free to play game, like a. It reminds me like like a Fall Guys type
Yeah,
situation. You could get in there and play that online with some friends. But yeah, I was shocked to see they're like, oh yeah, also this is coming out next week. So
yeah,
very cool. I've been playing more and more of my Switch lately. My kid's been really into, like, we went back to Animal Crossing and that Kirby game and Mario. Now that he's able to play more platformers. So we've been doing that a lot. So this one, I think he would really like this one. So it's on the calendar. 5 alarms. It's right there. I'm not missing it like you missed
oh
the
yeah.
30th anniversary Music Fest. All right, next up. This is a juicy one. You ready?
Ready.
All right. Microsoft is accusing Sony of paying fees to developers to keep games off of Game Pass. So, this, first of all, once I saw the source of this, I was like, I know nothing about business and acquisitions because I'm like, what? So, this allegation was part of a document sent to Brazil's Administrative Council for Economic Defense and to justify its proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard. And I'm like, wait a minute, you got to send like stuff to like some administrative council in Brazil to have
Oh yeah.
like, I don't understand. Like, I mean, I guess there's a lot that
Yeah.
goes into it,
It's
but
like if you operate in that country, you have to do business under their laws. So there's like that's how some things get split between like the U.S. and Japan with some of these gaming companies.
mm,
So it's interesting, but I think this is part of like an overall story. We've not been giving every detail that comes up in the news of this Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard because it's going to take forever and it's going to be a lot of boring stuff. But this is part of something that's been going on where Sony has been kind of telling these regulators they're obviously not on Microsoft's side. They are a direct competitor. They're they're telling the regulators that Game Pass is ultimately like a bad thing. It's sort of
mm-hmm,
monopolistic and it's going to be bad for their business. Microsoft wants to fight that. So here, Microsoft is actually using Sony's words against them, pointing out the fact that Sony can actually afford to keep games off of Game Pass by paying the developers. So Microsoft is trying to make it seem like that's fair play. That
mm-hmm.
hey, there's nothing to look at here. Let us go through with the acquisition.
Yeah, 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 very much so. And basically, they pointed out a couple things. Specifically, they said that Sony has reportedly been using exclusivity as a core component of their business strategy previously. Like it was always about that
Yeah,
having exclusive content. This is why you go to Sony, and now they're like, but you can't do that. Like it's pretty hypocritical. But in a quote from the document, it says, considering that exclusivity strategies have been at the core of Sony's strategy to strengthen its presence in the games industry, and that Sony is a leader in the distribution of digital games, Sony's concern with possible exclusivity of Activision's content is incoherent to say the least. And that is absolutely, it's always been, well, this game is on this platform and this game is on this platform. And now that Sony
yeah,
they're not, they don't have the big dog. They're a little
yeah.
upset.
So it's interesting because it worked in reverse from the way that we're used to. This is not so much an exclusive; it's hey, we're going to pay you money just to stay away from that one thing. They're not, saying don't be on Xbox, don't be on PC. So, yeah, that part's very interesting. And this is this whole thing with Microsoft. It reads kind of like accusatory. I think we even said Microsoft accuses Sony, something like that. But it's not Microsoft accusing Sony of doing it. Everybody knows Sony's doing it. Microsoft is pointing to that and saying, this is the reason that our Game Pass is still competitive in the market. It's not monopolistic, and everybody is having a free and good time in the market. This is on the back of what happened like last week when they were telling regulators, actually, Activision Blizzard has, let's say I have the quote, that Activision Blizzard do not make any must-have games, using dismissive language about it and saying that Activision games are nothing unique. When you have like World of Warcraft, Call of Duty falling under those titles, Sony's arguing, even a competitor who can afford it can't touch Call of Duty or World of Warcraft. And it's Microsoft firing back, trying to say they don't have anything that great, so let us go ahead and buy the company.
Yeah. It's now I love Game Pass. I think it's a very it's cheap and it's there's tons of good games on there, but there's a lot of times that I think of it from the perspective of people in the video game industry and think that it really is an awful thing to have. It's setting the worst precedent, saying like all of these amazing games are coming here. Like the people that are creating these games are, again, they're either taking the deal to put it on Game Pass and not have to, worry about the sales and that sort of thing. But like the reason I thought this was now that so it was just announced that Xbox insiders and certain companies, they're toying with the idea of adding a multi-family subscription. So where you could have like pay one price for one subscription and then like up to 4 people can use it throughout, as long as they're in the same country. And I'm just like, man, dude, it really is like, it's going to change the way. It's not going to ruin it. I guess it's awful is a bad way of putting it, but it's definitely going to change the way the model is for creating and putting out video games. So, it's going to be a must-have. I mean, it already pretty much is a must-have service with the amount of new content going on there. But if they start doing this thing where it's like a family plan where you could pay, I don't even know how much, say $40 a month, $30 a month, $20, I don't know, and have like multiple accounts on one where you could share it with, you could share it with 4 people. So, it's interesting. And like you said, right now it's just this document accusing, there's no like, we don't have any documents or any proof of that this is actually happening, or any, buddy coming out and saying that Sony is giving us money to not put our game on Game Pass. But it's really interesting. One quote from this, I just want to read one more. It says in that document, it says that it reveals once again a fear about an innovative business model that offers high-quality content at low cost to gamers, threatening a leadership that has been forged from a device-centric and exclusivity-focused strategy over the years. So right there, that's exactly what it was. Like, it's the tried and true method of how Sony has done it, and they've done it this well, and it's gotten them there, and now they're scrambling. Game Pass is changing the game, and it's making things a lot more difficult for Sony. So, especially if this does get into like hardball and they're like, all right, well, fine. Call of Duty only on Game Pass. Could happen, but
that's not good for Sony at all. Sony had actually not exclusivity, like, I don't know what they call it, first rights.
Yeah.
Yes. New events would always happen first for Call of Duty for like the last 8 years or something like that.
Yep. Yeah. So, it's all happening. It's all very interesting. We'll have more on this and the Activision Blizzard thing as it progresses. So, keep it locked in to Gaming News Weekly. All right, that's it for this week's Gaming News Weekly. You got anything you want to add? Anything we missed?
Nah, no Halo bounties this week.
Bummer. There's been a lot of swatting I've seen. A lot of Twitch streamers getting swatted lately, which is sad and stupid. So don't do that if you are listening to us. All right, let's close things down. My name is Erect the Red. This guy's Full Clip. You can follow us on Fruit Lab. We're out there. We're posting sweet video clips of me slam dunking on people in multiverses and him riding a lawnmower through the backyards of some suburban country home. And check us out as Gaming News Weekly. You could see our show on Fruit Lab. It's on YouTube at Pop Culture Playground, or anywhere podcasts are available. You can download and listen to us talk about video games. You can also check out Full Clip. He's on Twitch as FullClip_FL, and he's on YouTube. Game Facts, GAMEFAX. Go check it out. And, lots of fun videos. You can watch them mow lawns. You can learn things. You make any more progress in Call of Duty Gold Guns?
I'm working on it, trying to get to another point where I can just knock out 3 in a single session.
All right. I look forward to it. And, all right. I think that covers everything. You got anything else?
Nah.
Let's hit the road. Thank you so much for watching, for listening to this week's Gaming News Weekly. We will catch you next week with more video game news. Bye.